Hello, everyone, and welcome to Them Creatives podcast. On this podcast, we're going to talk about using LinkedIn for B2B marketing. So it hasn't been too long since LinkedIn really morphed from a teeny tiny professional networking site to a now enormous world force with millions of working professionals logging into their accounts on a daily basis. So there's no question really that with all these millions of professionals in one place, that there has to be some way to reach your niche target market within the B2B space through this platform. So there are a few ways that we've found success marketing on LinkedIn for B2B businesses, and we've found it to be an incredibly powerful tool for marketing in the B2B space, even more powerful than what we found through Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. So the first thing that you can do to try to generate leads through your LinkedIn profiles is to turn your company page into a lead generation tool of its own. So in order to make leads from LinkedIn, you have to be intentional. Leads don't just fall into your lap. You have to work for them. The best way to turn your business or company page into a lead generation page is to kind of reverse the typical company page, which shows basic information and facts about the company. So your company page needs to kind of morph into a pipeline for LinkedIn leads to maybe visit your actual company website. So what you can do is structure your company page in a way that it leads up to a conversion action. So that conversion action could be a click through to your website, for example, either in the company description or in your recent updates. So one of the first things you need to pay attention to when you're setting up your company page to generate leads is to use an image that gets attention and creates a tremendous amount of interest up front. So the header image is the first way to attract users' interest. It's the equivalent of the first impression when you're meeting somebody face to face. So it's very important that you personalize your page in a way that is very engaging and kind of tells a story about your brand up front right away if you're trying to generate leads through your company page on LinkedIn. So the second thing you need to do is create a clear and compelling pitch in your company's description on LinkedIn. So a lot of companies here sort of falter or come short when it comes to accurately describing who they are and what they do and what their mission is. So the company description should not be a dry explanation of how much you grew or how many offices you opened. That's not the kind of thing you want to have present on your profile if your goals are to generate leads. You want to instead speak directly to your target audience and invite them to convert. So the most important part of your company description is the first 2 or 3 lines, because that's all that LinkedIn displays before you've got to click to show more. So what you're trying to do here is really grab the user's attention with the first couple of sentences, or they're not going to want to read any further into what you're really about. And the third thing you want to do when you're setting up your company page to convert leads is to make sure that your recent updates section is clickable and conversion focused. So just in case the prospects don't click through your company website on the company information section, you want to get them in the updates. So it's kind of your second line of defense. You want to have actions that are clickable beyond just your company's description that will in turn convert leads further on down the line. So as long as you're regularly posting updates, which you should be if you're active in your social media content output anyway, you'll have an active and engaging feed. So all you need to do then is just start linking articles in your website or linking to lead generation pages on the website itself. So another thing that you can do, and this comes in handy a lot more when we're talking about running campaigns and ads specifically on LinkedIn, is to use LinkedIn's advanced search tool. This tool is incredibly powerful, especially in the B2B space, because you're able to specifically target certain industries and certain job titles within those industries, and you can specify even further down the line than that. So using advanced search on LinkedIn is an incredibly powerful tool in generating leads and finding prospects that are of higher intent than maybe some other prospects you've been dealing with on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, just because of the fact that you can't zero in on a niche in the same way you can on LinkedIn, especially for B2B businesses. So this helps a lot when you're formulating the copy and the creative around your ads, is you're able to truly know who exactly you're talking to, so that way your ads can be developed in a way that will connect with those people in the most successful way possible. So another thing that's kind of overlooked when marketing on LinkedIn is searching for groups or creating groups. So searching for people is kind of a very detailed and granular approach to looking for leads, but it's also a great approach. You can be fairly confident that there's a group in your niche, and a great way to find blocks of leads is to search for groups and join those groups and maintain some level of activity within these groups to nurture leads that way. So you're kind of building relationships and rapport with people who are relevant to your business or are within your target audience, that you can then turn relationships into leads being generated. And then finally, just publishing content is something that you need to be doing, not only just to generate leads, but just to have an active presence on a professional platform. Having people see what you're posting and seeing what you're up to gets them engaged and gets them following along. And it kind of builds your brand's story in ways that they can connect with and buy into later on down the line. So keeping your LinkedIn profiles up to date is imperative to lead generation and success on the platform in general. So this is all kind of just very surface level stuff for LinkedIn and business to business marketing. But we're hoping that this gets you to kind of think differently about your company's pages on LinkedIn, and hopefully allows you to start generating a couple of leads for yourselves on LinkedIn and kind of expanding yourselves outside of the typical realm of Facebook and Instagram and Twitter for your advertising efforts online. So thanks for listening. We hope you found this information valuable and informative, and we will catch you next time.